Hey, look what we have found. A big sound in a small town. Far away from the bright lights. They're making music every night. Discover what is all around. A big sound. A big sound. In a small town. Big sound, small town. A really big sound. Big sound, small town.
You're listening to Big Sound, Small Town with Sandy Carlton.
Hey, I'm Phillip McGraw, better known as Mulley to most people that have known me all my life. Here with Sandy today at the Earl Scruggs Festival, which I'm really glad that Earl's getting the recognition and the honor. And there's a lot of good people up here to do that.
There sure is.
It's going to be a big celebration.
Are you up here? You're up here working, aren't you?
I am.
That's a worthy cause, you know. I mean, you know, it's somebody has to do the work.
Well, I saw it when they first started talking about it, and I immediately responded.
Right.
And they said, well, we're not taking applications until like first of the year, but we'll write your name down.
Right.
So
that's good.
First time I've been to the Equestrian Center, and it's massive.
It's massive. It is. Kind of daunting, really, if you've never been here.
Yeah, you can get lost in a heartbeat.
I noticed the line to get into the seating is way long, too.
Well, there's a big crowd here, and they want to pull in all the campers and tents and people making a big Labor Day weekend out of it.
You've been in the music business a long time, haven't you?
Since the 80s, started doing the sound with Let's Honk band, the first punk country band.
I agree. Groundbreakers, before I forget it.
Yeah, it amazes me now. Daryl Allison did some just amazing
He
arrangements.
did. I mean, Daryl is one of my favorite musicians because he's always been one step ahead of the curve.
I'll be riding down the road and hear a song that we used to do, and it's like, dang, that's nowhere near as good as Let's Honk did it. I mean, just the arrangement and all of it. And I keep telling him, you're like 30 years ahead of your time.
I played in a band, and one of the guys that I played with, another guy that was in the band, that was in Let's Honk, worked with him, Bud McSwain.
Bud, yeah.
So Louis would come in with songs, and I think, God, man, that's great. Man, that's great. He's stealing them all from Daryl. You know, he stole the whole repertoire, just about, you know.
Well, you listen to some of the original old truck driving songs and country songs, and I'm like, how did he go from that to this?
Yeah.
And
he did, though.
But he made it his own.
He did.
And a lot of good times with that bunch.
You also ran sound a long time, or had some affiliation with Green Acres Music Hall, did you not?
Got tied in with Meddy with the Honk Band, and then started providing sound equipment.
Right.
And got to help with Newgrass.
Yeah.
John Hartford.
Yeah.
Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. Buck White and the Down Home folks.
Yeah. That was with Jerry Douglas, was with them then.
Yes, he was.
Which a lot of times you have to point that out to listeners who are too young to realize that.
Yeah, because, you know, majority of people probably couldn't tell you who Buck White and the Down Home
This is true.
folks
This is
were.
true. But one of the Down Home folks is married to Ricky Skaggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not Buck.
No. But I remember it was around Christmas time, and because they did the song "Christmas Time's Coming."
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I'm still amazed at the people Steve got into Green Acres.
It's amazing.
That they couldn't book in Charlotte.
Sure. Oh yeah.
You know. I did the sound for this group out of California, Cache Valley Drifters.
Right.
And amazing group, but to come all the way from California to Green Acres.
Sure. Sure. I mean.
But you could mention it.
Oh yeah. Everybody.
Anywhere.
Yep. They knew.
Yeah.
You could also mentioned Steve Metcalf for Little King, and they knew him
Yeah,
too. I mean, just
no
about
doubt.
anywhere in the world you went.
I told him, I said, I've learned I've got to pack me a Green Acres to go bag. Because when I come up here, I wasn't exactly sure when I'd go back
This is
home.
true. Yeah, that's true. Did you record stuff too when you were running the sound?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We have tried, and my brother Steve,
Yeah.
he's got a recording studio, and we've reached out to Sam, to Terry Balcom, about maybe trying to put a collection of Green Acres live, but there's so much red tape.
There is. I mean, a lot of record companies involved.
Oh, yeah.
And that might have been a record company that they were with at that time that they're not with now.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff changes
Yeah.
since those years. I mean, I guess it's been 20 years or so since Green Acres. Probably. 2000, 22 years, I guess.
Well, no, it was in the 80s.
Oh, but I mean, since it ended.
Oh, yeah, since it ended.
It's been 20 years since it's ended.
Yeah, and some of these bands were, God help me, 35, 40 years ago
Yeah.
that was playing.
I agree,
up there.
yeah.
Of course, Niles had that no ASCAP music
Yes,
played
he did.
here.
I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I mean that was great. So yeah, that's one of the good parts of it. But you continued on in music after that, hadn't you?
I took a long break. I mean, kids,
yeah, I
family
do
stuff
understand.
going on, and they opened up a little beer tavern in Boiling Springs,
Which I
Big
never
Stall.
thought would happen.
Oh no, I would have bet the home on it.
Yeah, I
That would have
guarantee you.
never happened in Boiling Springs. And Casey, Phillips, I went to hear Steel Roots play.
Yeah.
And I've known them since they were just little young'uns.
I know their granddad.
Buster,
Yeah,
he's
Buster.
not doing good.
I know he's not, but Buster, they have they're inducting the first inductees in the Cleveland County Music Hall of Fame in the next week. And Buster needs to be in the next group.
Yes, he does.
Because he is a true Cleveland County treasure.
Yeah. But, even Earl, to people in Cleveland County and Shelby, it's like, what's the big deal about Earl Scruggs?
True. Don Gibson the same way.
I know. And somebody wrote a song, I can't remember which one it was, but you can't get famous in your own hometown.
That's true.
But I mean, very few people can say they impacted the world of music all over the world.
He did.
And it didn't matter if he was in Japan.
Nope.
They knew Earl Scruggs.
They did. And he impacted his instrument in a way that most people never do their own instrument.
Yeah.
I mean, it's debatable whether he was the first or not, but he was the one who brought it to the forefront.
Yeah.
That Scruggs style's picking. It's called Scruggs style for a reason, and not your uncles or whoever that did it before. It's called Earl Scruggs for a reason.
Yeah. He did things with the banjo that was just unthought of.
Yeah.
I sort of put Bela in that category.
He is.
Different flavor, but he does stuff on the banjo that I'm thinking, that's not possible.
Well, there's actually another Cleveland County banjo player that kind of has his own take too. Brian McMurray from Acoustic Syndicate.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he does his own thing, which is more rock oriented. It's cool. I mean, banjo's pretty big in Cleveland County.
Yeah. I mean, music in general.
Music
There's so
in
many phenomenal musicians.
Yes, there are.
Mike Lynch
Oh,
played with
Mike.
Brushy Creek.
Yeah,
I played
Mike.
with him a little bit. And
Yeah, Mike's a wonderful musician.
Mike, why don't you go to Nashville? He says, Mulley, you just go to Nashville and walk up and down the streets, and you'll see people better than me with a guitar case open on the side of the street
True.
trying to make a living.
That's true.
It's not always about the talent.
No, Mike had enough talent if he wanted to go there and do that. Mike's a talented individual.
Yes, he is. We were playing at the Vintage Dog, and I looked up and he came in, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, there's just, for me especially, there's some people that if they come in that are truly great musicians and singers, it's like, I feel like I need to walk off stage and hide.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mike's that way. I've known Mike a long time, and he is one of the unknown, actually, music innovators around. He just decided to keep it at home.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's, it's part of what makes the community what it is.
Yeah. Back in that day, I mean, Lee Street.
Yeah, Lee Street, yeah.
What's the big house?
It's Rose Hill, not Rose Hill.
Rose Hill.
Rose Hill, yeah.
About any night of the week, you could drop in there, and there would be a crowd picking.
That was actually kind of the forerunner. Rose Hill was kind of a forerunner of Green Acres.
Yeah.
I mean, it was where they kind of decided they could do that,
Well, I know Mike told me Brushy Creek was the first bluegrass band, I think, besides Niles. Niles had a little band that played there.
Well, that's the big debate. Because I just ran into Dale Britton, and Dale Britton will tell you that Smoking Grass was the first one. But Mike was the first non-Nile band to play in there.
Yeah.
But the first one Steve booked in there was Smoking Grass. I figured that all out through podcast, doing both of them and Steve.
Well, I mean, and those was two totally different types of music.
Two totally, but good.
Yeah.
I mean, one was a progressive bluegrass, the other was a more traditional.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it just never ceases to amaze me.
Right. It is amazing.
Casey and them taught me into coming to practice, and I said, well, I'll beat the rust off the strings.
Yeah.
And I'll come practice.
Right.
That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah, I understand how that works.
About a month later, she says, oh, yeah, you're in the band. And I love it. Music is something that's just fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
You have fun making it. Hopefully people have fun hearing it.
Yeah. The lifestyle that surrounds it's kind of fun too.
It is.
And you meet other musicians, and musicians are fun people.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I stopped drinking in '87.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing.
Me and drinking got along way too good.
Hey.
And so I got sober in '87 and just totally stayed away for over a year.
Well, sometimes when you're doing that is good to stay away.
Yeah. And the first time I got exposed back to it, I went to Medi. Newgrass was playing.
Right.
And my tongue was about the size of my head because I'm like, I don't know if I can do this or not. But got through that, and, people say, why do you hang out at these clubs? You drink Diet Sundrop, you don't even drink. I said, it's not about drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about being around the people, and playing the music.
Sure.
And so it's just been really good.
But now, Steel Roots on a hiatus.
They're on a hiatus. A lot going on, especially with Buster.
Yeah.
And I had started playing some with Stone Mule.
Yeah, Donnie. Yeah, I know Donnie.
And
that's Donnie. We love you, buddy, but we're gonna play when I want to.
Yeah. I asked him. I said, "When's the next time we're gonna play?" When I feel like it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So I got to try and think we'll just put a little band together. And a couple of guys, actually, I taught at Cress, Brandon Powell and Mitch Blanton. Mitch plays the drums, and Brandon can sing.
I guess he gets that that's a family thing.
Oh, yeah. His daughter sings some with us. And Brandon will tell you his sister's better than him or Travis, either one.
There you go. Of course, Travis can do Elvis no end.
Oh, my gosh. He is unbelievable, that Elvis.
I agree.
I got... my sister is a hardcore Elvis fan and has no use for Elvis imitators. Right. I said, he's not an imitator, he's a tribute artist.
Right.
And so I got tickets and took her up to the foundation. And she went just because I had bought tickets.
Right.
She says, but now I've seen Elvis live. I'm going just to be nice.
I've been to Elvis's house.
And about have you?
Me and a million other people.
Yeah. But about the third song in, I looked over at her, and her eyes was closed, and she's like, "That's Elvis."
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, and Brandon, we'll talk about that. And he says, "I hate Elvis music." Said when Travis was 3 years old, he was singing Elvis. Said I heard it all day long.
He's still singing Elvis.
And still singing Elvis.
And still singing it well.
Oh, yeah.
because Elvis is a fine vocalist in himself.
Yeah,
I mean, Travis could do more than Elvis, but he's got the Elvis down.
yeah. Well, I think he's got a band.
I think he
down.
does.
Maybe Myrtle Beats. I can't
I
remember.
think he does.
But just a country band, and it's just Travis.
Right.
And really good at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's a good. Yeah. You got a name for your new band?
About Time.
About Time.
Tyme.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Well, I figured it was about time.
Yeah, About Time.
Get
So
it put together.
So when are you going to? Y'all not booking yet? I mean, y'all,
Well, yeah, we're playing the first time at the Vintage Dog October 7th.
oh, that's good.
So we're
That's
trying
right.
to get everything ready.
I
And
hope I can come. I won't. I got jobs 7th and 8th, but I'll come hear you guys.
well, we're doing that, and then we're doing December 23rd, which people may show up. And you never know.
Yeah,
that
I got a
close
job
to
on the
hospital,
23rd too. Yeah,
Yeah, with the Christmas going on and all that. But
you just never know.
I'm just glad to be making music.
Yeah, I mean, it is at our age. It's good to get to still make music. I mean, a lot of people are done way before we are. So
I reckon taking that big break in
That
between
helps.
helped me.
and I retired like a dozen times over the years. It's never took, but
As long as you can get up there and perform,
I
say
guess as long as
rock on
somebody
with
let
it.
me,
Yeah, say somebody will listen. I'm gonna try to play.
Well,
But
what are we missing?
I
Hey, Jeff.
don't know.
Well,
It's just been. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
yeah, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, there's some amazing artists here,
What?
and look forward to getting back and making some music of our own.
I hear you.
I
Well,
did write a couple of songs
Oh.
when I was with Steel Roots, which is,
Oh, that's great.
I'm not what you'd call one of those
Songwriter,
people, but so that's pretty cool.
You going to move that over to your new band too? Those songs?
Probably.
That's great.
I mean, Casey always made me sing them, and I'm not a singer.
Right. I do
But
understand. I
it's
have to
your
do
music.
it. Yeah, I understand. People have paid me to do it a long time, and I suck at it. So So
But the first, maybe in the second New Leaf Festival for Buster,
Yeah.
they've got the stage
Right.
all set up
Yeah.
in honor of him. And Buster played, and he said, "Man, I have played in huge stadiums,
He has.
packed, but right now I'm nervous."
that's funny. Buster's such a good guy. He's got some great stories too. Buster's got some really good stories.
Yeah.
I know you're working up here, so I won't keep you any longer. Man, I appreciate you stopping by and doing this.
Well, I appreciate you asking me. I'm one of them. I don't feel like I'm worthy to be on the podcast,
I hear you.
but you have some great people on here.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate what you do with this.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm happy with what it's become because it is the legacy of where we live, really musically.
Yeah, and it gets a lot of people recognition that they
It
may
does,
not
may not get,
somewhere else
Yeah.
without it.
and that's kind of part of it, you know. So
Well, thank you for asking me.
again, thank you for coming.
Enjoyed it.
All right.